kind of got to me. I was listening to the preacher, and this is one of the nation's finest preachers according to the culture. And he was preaching out of the 17th chapter of 1 Samuel. You know the story of David and Goliath. David, according to the preacher, had hidden talents that God wanted to put on display, so he brought him face to face with Goliath. And as I listened to the preacher, I said, well, God wanted to elevate David. And I kept listening. So I went back to read the story for myself again, because it was a twist I hadn't heard. And I thought, well, maybe I need to go back and refresh myself. Now, as I understood the story, Goliath was taunting, as it were, making fun of the whole army of Israel and the God that Israel served. And if I recall, the text says that whenever Goliath would show up, the army of Israel would run in fear. And one day, while David was on an errand for his dad, carrying his older brothers, something to eat, David witnessed Goliath running his mount. And he witnessed the army of Israel running in fear. And David thought to himself, who this pagan out here? Defying not Israel, but he defying the God of Israel. And so David was offended that the people of Israel, who were supposed to be the children of God, was allowing a pagan to cause them so much fear that they would run in fear. David said, hold on 1 minute now. They gave him all this equipment to put on the king, and that stuff didn't fit right and all that. And the Bible said David took 5 smooth stones, took his little slingshot, and he went out to face Goliath. But what got me is, as I was listening to the preacher, it was an exaltation of David. But when I read the story, David was really out there to exalt the name of God. So when Goliath saw little David, Goliath asked the question, am I a dog? This little pipsqueak has come out here with a stick, like he's coming to fight a dog, and then told him what he was going to do to him. And David said, you come out here and you military down and you geared up and all of that stuff. He said, but I've come out here in the name of the God of Israel. And today, I'm not going to do it, but today my God is going to conquer you. And I'm going to kill you, cut your head off. And I'm going to feed your folk to the birds of the air. David went out there in the power and authority of God. He went out there because he trusted that the God who claims to be the sovereign of everything is the God that he served, and he was not going to let a 9 or 10-foot pagan cause him to fear, even though he couldn't see God. David had had some experiences with God. David knew what it was like to get in a fight with something that he really couldn't beat on his own. Huh? And if David said, God gave me victory here, he'll give me victory